Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Claire Marie and I'm a business consultant with 15 years experience. I have helped a lot of women just like yourself create a freedom lifestyle through digitalizing their business in a super easy, super fun way, and I can help you do the same. Talk you through right now is our 28 days off a month, which basically means that you have 4 days a month of marketing. So this is my marketing plan that we have developed through work with clients that we've had, and I wanted to share that with you right now. So let's get into it. So basically what this plan is over 4 days. Now you could do it all one day after the next, but I personally would suggest that you do it 1 day a week, because obviously by the end of the month is when you'll obviously do the analytics. So that needs to be obviously at the end of the month, so you know how you've done that month, which I'll explain in a bit more detail as we go through this. So yeah, I would suggest that you do this 1 day a week, and it'll really make you feel like you've done your marketing. And then the other days of the week, you can either have them off, do whatever you want with them, or that's when you could be doing like replying to emails, developing your product, whatever it is. But your marketing is taken care of within these 4 days. So what we're going to look at today is you're going to be able to learn on day 1, we're going to be doing our video creation, which is your biggest piece of content you'll create in the month. Day 2 is our social media scheduling. Day 3 is community and connection, so connecting with your audience, posting in social groups, that kind of thing, which again we're going to go into detail in a minute. And day 4 would be your analytics in a month to know how well you're doing. So that sounds straightforward, but let me dive in a bit further, because there's obviously a lot more to it than meets the eye. So first of all, I want to say why I developed this plan. So with the clients that I've worked with, they all talk about the same sort of problems with marketing. They're overstimulated with trying to do far too much. They're trying to do all platforms, all things, and burning themselves out. They always feel like they're never doing enough. Even when they feel burnt out, they feel like they're still not doing enough to get out there, be visible in the online space. And I guess it's because the online digital marketing world is such a huge void. It feels like you're invisible. But that's what I'm going to help you with today. Obviously, posting on social media every day also feels like a waste of time if you're not getting a huge return on your efforts. It's kind of how it feels. So like I say, that's what we're going to help you with today. So a little disclaimer here. I just want to say that some of the tools that we use, this can be done without using the tools that we recommend. But obviously I recommend them because that is what's helped power my own business forward, helped the clients that I've helped, that makes life super easy online for you, super convenient, and just everything's in one place. So we recommend that you use Kajabi. If you want to talk to us about this, we actually have an affiliate link, and if you go through the affiliate link, it means that we get a small fee every month for the payment that you make, and it means that we can actually help you set up your Kajabi and get everything sorted. But basically why I recommend this is because Kajabi is not only a website, your sales machine, where you can create courses and memberships, it's also a place where you can do all of your marketing. So everything's in one place. You don't need a separate email provider. You don't need a separate podcast host, let's say. You don't need a separate video, display, blog, anything. Everything is in one place. And it also now has a new feature, which is what we're going to talk about today, because it is absolutely amazing. And what that is it's called Creator Studio, and it's where you can literally repurpose. So once you've recorded your video on day 1, you can then repurpose that content into loads and loads. I'm going to show you this on this video. You can repurpose that into loads and loads of different, mediums, let's call it. So I'm going to show you that today. But like I say, obviously Kajabi costs a fee, but it's a website and marketing platform, and Creator Studio is included in that. However, I will also say that there's a slight upgrade on the Creator if you want to create more than one video into different content. But to be honest, in my business and my clients that I recommend them, you just need one video a month, and you can split it in a million ways like I'm going to show you today. So like I say, speak to me about Kajabi if you want to join Kajabi. The other thing is we use something called Metricool, which is for social media scheduling. Again, I would highly recommend this. I think if you're in Europe, it's only 15 euros. And it is just amazing for everything. Scheduling on every platform, and it also does analytics for you at the end of the month so you can see how well you've done, which we'll talk about throughout this training. But I just want to point that out here, that Metricool obviously is going to cost additional money, but it's definitely worth the investment. So let's talk about how this marketing plan is going to help you. So the channels that you will be able to cover with this structure that we're going to give you today is you want to be creating one long form piece of content and one short form piece of content. So long form is your YouTube, is your blog, is your SEO. So this is things, podcasts, because these are things that are searchable. So once you post a video on YouTube, it's constantly searchable. In that search bar, people will type in, obviously, a million different things. If your video relates to that, it's going to come up in the search results, and that's there forever, as long as YouTube exists. Same with blogs. If people search, obviously, SEO is what connects you to Google. And then if people type questions in Google, your blog post could come up, and that's how they'd connect onto your website and see what your offerings are. So these are all long form versions of content, which obviously you want to be creating, but also short forms is your email marketing. So obviously if you send an email out, someone either opens it and reads it and probably is interested or they're not. It's pretty, within a few seconds that decision's made. Same with social media. People are scrolling, they might see your content and think it's really impactful and think, oh, that really affects me. I really want to check out this person and see what the content they do or their business. That's pretty quick, impactful, short form marketing. They're either interested or they're not. Same with community groups. You post in a group, people see it, they scroll on, they're either interested or they're not. So you want to kind of be targeting at least one of each of these things. But like I've said, within this marketing plan that I'm going to give you today, we can actually cover all of these: YouTube, blog, podcast, email marketing, all social media channels and community groups, so that you're covering all of these bases by repurposing the content that you're going to create. Let's talk about that in a minute. So first up is our video creation. So this is day one. This is when we're going to create our long form video. So this could be either presentation slides, like what I'm doing now, and you just record the screen, record your voice and create pretty straightforward, pretty simple presentation, and that's how you present your information. Or it could be something obviously where you record your face, talking to camera if you find that easier, just being able to talk, maybe have some bullet points written down so that you can read off the bullet points and just let it flow naturally if that's how you feel more comfortable. It's entirely up to you. Or it could be something that you actually do, whatever it is that your job is, what your business is. You could obviously film yourself actually doing that if it's something physical or in person, or you see what I'm saying. So that's going to be your biggest piece of content for the month. It can be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, or, whatever you choose. This is going to be your biggest piece of content. It could even be something you could then turn into a webinar or a paid, people have to pay to get the video training. So this is the big piece of content that you're going to create in a month. And from this is how we're going to repurpose. So I just want to mention here with video creation is that you obviously need to have a really good plan in place. So this needs to be where you have a hook at the beginning. So either you say something really catchy or have a graphic that's really catchy to even get someone to even be interested in looking at your video or watching the rest of your video. Then you're going to have an introduction where you explain to someone what is exactly it is that you're going to be covering in the video to get them interested in that's what they want to learn about. Then you're going to have your actual content. And then you're going to have your recap at the end, where you recap everything that's been in the video in case there's something that they've sort of missed, want to go back to, and just really round up what it is that they've learned from the video or what they've taken on board or how that's made them feel watching the video. So then obviously once you've got your plan in place, that obviously takes a little bit of time, probably the most time I would say. You're then going to record your video. This again can be done in a million different ways, so we're not going to go into that in this video, but there is obviously lots of different ways that you can actually record your video and edit your video. So that obviously takes time, hence why this is going to take you probably a full day to do. And then is when you're going to break it down, you're going to pop it into the Creator.io if you're going to go with Kajabi. As I say, there is other packages online that you can do. And then from there, you're going to break it down into different mediums. and then you're going to schedule for them to go out for the rest of the month. So that content is taken care of and they're going out. They're already pre-scheduled. And then you're going to post the video on YouTube. So while we're on that topic, I'm just going to show you what I mean by create a studio on Kajabi. So this is where you would pop your video in the top here. And these are all the things that it can be turned into. So we've got video clips. So this is like your short form little video clips that maybe you could use as reels. You could create video titles. I will just say here, obviously this is powered by AI, so this is what's creating this content. Obviously video titles, it'll give you a really good catchy video title. Again, this can all be edited. You don't have to go with what they suggest. You can just, it might give you like a little inspiration and then you can go from there. A video description, which again, if you post on YouTube, you will need a video description. Then we've obviously got transcripts. I personally use this one a lot because the videos I create, I go through an accreditation company, so they want to know what exactly is being said on the video, so they ask for transcripts. So that's something I use a lot. You might not necessarily. Subtitles, if you want to add subtitles onto your video, they'll provide the subtitles, but then again you'll have to actually they actually pop them onto the video, I should say. And then we've got obviously your social media, so you can turn that one piece of content of the video into Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts, YouTube video title, YouTube descriptions, because obviously they've got to be catchy and sort of worded a certain way to get people's attention or be in the search results on YouTube. Obviously we've got Instagram captions, X posts, TikTok captions, and your hashtags. So all the social side can be created from that one video. Then we've got your email marketing. So you could have use the video if you were launching a new course, if you were offering a course discount, your last chance to sign up email, coaching calls, newsletters, webinar summary. I personally like to use the newsletter or the webinar summary if it is that this video is a bit like a blog video where I'm just explaining a bit like what this video is. I'm just explaining about a certain area of my expertise. And I want to share on the email, like, hey, check this out, this thing that I've created. That's how I would do it through a newsletter or a webinar summary, because then it'll sum up what's in the video and send someone out an email. Then we have our blog, so it can turn the video into written content. So that is obviously a how-to blog if you want it to be like a step-by-step guide. A listicle blog, which is more of like just a description about what the blog is. And we have our Q&A blog. So this is if people were asking certain questions, it would reply obviously with the answers. Depending on the type of obviously video that you've created will depend on what type of blog post you want to create. Then we've got our community. So this could be where you post if you have a Facebook group community, a new course announcement post, a course discount. It's kind of the same as what's saying about the email. Webinar summary or discussion questions. So if you want to create some discussion questions to ask in your group based on this video, then that's obviously how you would do that. Then we have our video summary. So this is obviously giving it a short summary, medium summary or long summary if you want a summary for your video. Depending on where you're posting it is whether you'd want to do that. Obviously, all of this is completely optional. All you do is just click the versions that you want and it'll create those versions. Then we have, if you were to use the actual video in your course, it'll give you a course outline, it'll give you a course title and description, it'll give you a lesson title and description, as I say, all powered by AI. So can give you a good spark to start with, inspiration, but you might want to edit it obviously and change it to yourself. And then same for the website. If it is that this video was going to be about something to do on your website, it can create the website text for you out of this video. The sales page or lead generation is when you're doing, let's say, a freebie or something low cost that's leading into a higher offer that you have. If you want to use it as a lead generation, that would be the one you would do. So let's head back over here. So now we've done all the video, we've done all the scheduling of where it's going to be heading. So whether that, as I say, is you might schedule your blog to go out a different day. So you might post the video on YouTube and post the video in a social group. So this is how I do it. Then you might want to schedule your reels and a few posts to go out on social media. But again, this might be something you want to do day 2, which we're going to go on to in a second. And then you might want to send an email out to let people know, hey, check out this blog or this video that I've created. It's of interest to you, whatever it is. You're going to schedule all that so you know for the month those things are going to go out from your As I say, we use Kajabi, so it would go out from Kajabi. So now we're going to move on to day 2, which is our social media scheduling. So this is where you would obviously spend the whole day creating the content, using obviously maybe the real videos you've already created, using the Facebook posts that maybe you've already created in this repurposing thing we've just discussed, and creating. So there's a little piece of actual thing that I want to tell you about is if you're struggling with creating social media content, because it is hard to constantly be creating new content, I like to teach, and I've been taught this myself, is that look on accounts that are very similar to yours. Go onto their reels, check out what's performed really, really well, got the most likes, got the most engagements, got the most views, and take that content and use it as inspiration for content that you could create that's similar, not the same, similar, because you know that's already gone viral, so you know that's already popular, so that helps you then create the content that you're creating to get the likes and the views and the comments. The other good one that I like to do is frequently asked questions, because those are the things that people are thinking already when they view your content. So basically call out the elephant in the room and answer the FAQs before they had chance to maybe even think of the question they might actually have. You've already answered it, so you're ahead of the game, and that shows obviously your authority, you're an expert in your area. So like I say, you're going to create a mixture of reels, posts, shorts, which is YouTube's version of reels, carousels. I would do a variety of different ones just to create that level of interest. You could even use the content to create your Facebook or Google ads, which is a video for another time. But within that, I just want to say as well, I like to set myself a goal that I know is achievable. So if you want to say you want to post every day and you have time to schedule 28 posts, then that's up to you. If you feel like you cannot think of 28 pieces of content, or you feel like that is just too overwhelming and too much for you, decide yourself how many you want to do. Even if it's 2 a week, schedule that, set yourself a challenge of that's how much you need to do. So that's 8 pieces of content, and that is it. You don't need to stress yourself out with posting every single day if you feel like it's unachievable for you to think of 28 different ideas and create 28 different reels and posts, and you get my point. Do what feels comfortable for you, and even if it's a case of start with 2 a week, 8 pieces of content, schedule them. As you get used to using the scheduling tool and all these ideas flow to you in the month, you might come up with different things. Write a little note in your phone, that's what I do, of all the little ideas that you have, because then you can grow from there. You might decide, I'm going to post 3 times a week once you get used to the technology and you get used to the ideas flowing. Increase from there. Just do what feels manageable to you. Don't go crazy and burn yourself out, because what'll end up happening is you'll do a couple of months of posting 28 pieces of content and then you'll just be exhausted and not want to do it anymore. Try not to burn yourself out with that one. So now we're going to move on to day 3. So this is when we're going to create our community and connection. So this is when I personally I've already scheduled, but post the video that you've created in the group, because that shows that you're offering them value for being part of your community. So whether that's a free group or someone who's paid for one of your products in the group, entirely up to you. But post that video in the group, because what you might think is, I've posted this video in a million different places. My email, my website, my socials, my, whatever it is. Trust me, people have not seen the content. You might think they've seen it in a million places and think, they'll be bored of this video. Trust me, they have not seen it. Because the chances are, wherever they're hanging out, if they're on email, they're not in your community. If they're on your community, the chances of them being on your email list, it's like and people live busy lives. They're not sitting waiting for you to post. Trust me. So don't be afraid to post the video that you've created, in a million different places, so that somebody will have seen it at some point. Even if they've seen it twice, they won't mind. They'll get that it's valuable content to them. I also would then, on this day, I've already pre-scheduled it and told people about it, but do a live Q&A inside of my community to create that added value, answering the common asked questions, answering the questions that people might have, or use AI to create the content, the questions that people might ask, frequently asked questions, and answer those, just so it starts to create that people understand that once a month you are live and answering your community and answering the questions that you are the expert on. I would also then use this day to schedule posts in the group. So if you want to create that engagement, maybe post 2, 3, 4 times a week, just a tile maybe that just says, what have you achieved this week, or whatever your field of expertise is relevant to that. I would schedule those posts so they're going out. So I know that there's engagement in my community and it's not just basically an empty shell. And then what you're going to do is do connection with your audience. So what I like to do for this one is go onto Instagram, and how often do you actually comment, like, share, follow other people, connect with other people? So you could go onto your competition Instagram, look for who's following them, go on those people's Instagram. You don't have to follow them, but you can go on and you can like a few of their photos and do a little few comments and say, oh, this looks really good, and just engage with them a little bit, because then they'll think, oh, who's that company? I'll check them out. And that's how you get the follow without having to follow them, and just create that connection. I also like to send, if someone follows us on Instagram or Facebook, I also like to send them an inbox just saying, hello, thanks for the follow. It's just nice to connect sometimes with a person as opposed to just behind a computer screen, and just sort of make a little bit of a joke about, creating that personal connection. Lovely to have you here. I don't push any sales. I don't ask them if they're interested in our products. I don't create any sales comment. It's just a connection comment of hello from a real person. Basically, it just creates that connection. So this day is all about creating that community. So if you're confident enough, you can post in Facebook groups that aren't your group, just sort of saying either introducing yourself and what you do, or you could just provide them with a bit of quality information in your expertise. So a little tip or a little technique or something that you've learned, or share maybe a book that you've learned in your field that you've really interested. Just creating that community of talking to people. Or go into a Facebook group that isn't like your group, and if people are asking questions that you know a good answer to, provide those answers. Spend the time doing that, because then you're seen in that group eventually as being the expert as well, and it just creates that community feeling. So by day 4, that's obviously going to be near the end of the month, we're going to have a look at our analytics, because this is where we're going to know. This is a massive part that I find a lot of my customers and clients don't do. And this is probably one of the most valuable ones, because then how do you know that your business is making a success if you're not doing this once a month to understand how your business is performing? So we again use Kajabi because they have a really good analytics system, but you can use Google Analytics, which is connected to you. Just pop your website in and it tells you all the information you want to know about your website. Within probably most packages, but again, Kajabi, you want to check your email stats. So this is to know what emails you've sent, how many have been delivered, because trust me, some email servers do not accept what they class as like a business email, the class it as spam. How many have sent, how many have been opened, how many people have clicked through, and just get a general idea of percentage of how many people are actually seeing your content and actually taking action on it, because that's really important. As for on Kajabi as well, we look at which page has been the most popular, which offer has been purchased the most, because trust me, you will be surprised. Me personally, with my other business, the one page that gets viewed the most in a month, and we have over 20,000 views often in a month, the one page that gets viewed the most is our top $2,500 offer. That's the one that gets viewed the most. So that tells me that people are interested in that offer, but we need to convert those people that are viewing the page, all 20,000 of them. No, I'm joking. We have to work out a way of converting them into more and more sales. But that's the offer that gets viewed the most. So we love that we can find out that information, because it just helps us frame where we put our focus. You want to be checking out social media posts. So this is, as I say, on Metricool, you can check out which social media posts that you've scheduled are performing the best, because that helps you frame for next month what areas are best to focus on, because that's going to only bring your business to be more popular on the socials side. So that's why we use Metricool as well, because at the end of the month it actually emails us a full list of what post was the most successful, which one had the most views, which one, just all that information is available on the metrical, and it's information that we need to know so we can schedule and plan for the month ahead. And we also check out our opt-ins. So if it is that we're running Facebook ads, we need to know how many people have opted in, maybe to our freebie from there, and then gone from the freebie, actually then who's actually purchased the offer, obviously actually paid us money, because that helps us know the route that people are coming into the business and how many potential customers comes from the opt-ins. So obviously, like I say, I just want to stress with the analytics is that you need to know where to focus your efforts in your business. You need to create obviously more of the same content or reschedule the same posts. Again, not everyone's seen that post. Reschedule it or boost that post on your socials because people haven't seen it, and the more people have showed interest in it, the more people are going to show interest in it. And again, it's whether within your business you'll be able to see the growth or decline and be able to predict the future of what direction your business is heading in, what you need to tweak, what offers maybe you need to create. Analytics is one of the biggest things that people don't do that should do to know how your business is performing. So I just want to really drill that home here. So finally, I just want to recap for myself that these are the 4 steps that we are going to take. So like I say, 1 day a week, solely focused on your marketing. So day 1 is your video creation. Day 2 is your social media scheduling and any other scheduling you haven't managed to get done on the video repurposing time frame. Day 3 is your community and connection and getting out there and meeting people. Because again, if you've got an online digital business, you really feel sometimes really disconnected from your audience because you might have recorded a video, they've seen your face, they've really got to know you and they message you like, oh, hi, hi, Claire, they'll say to me, oh, I really love, and I'm like, I don't know who this person is, but they're talking like they know me. I still feel quite disconnected from them. So I really like to go into my community groups and like I say on Instagram and just connect with people, send voice notes, message people, just create that impact of communication with people. So I feel like I'm not talking to a computer, I'm talking to real people. Just creates that community. And day 4 is your analytics, which, as I say, is one of the most important things to do because it lets you know the health of your business and where you are going. So I really hope this has helped you work out your marketing plan to reach maximum capacity on different platforms, different social media platforms, long form or short form social media. I really hope this has helped you see that you can reach further if you repurpose your content and get it down to only 4 days of marketing. So the rest of the time, it's all scheduled, it's all done, and you can get back to actually behind the scenes of the business or growing the business. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below if you would like me to answer any of your questions. And be sure to check out some further videos as I post regularly on YouTube.